Hello guys. So in last two sessions we have discussed IP address. So we will continue same topic. So as we discussed class A, class B, class C. In class A we have one network portion and we have three host portions. In class B two network portions and two host portions. And class C three network portions and one host portion. So these are the default network bits and host bits. So each portion equal to 8 bits. So as per this, in class A, we have 8 network bits, 24 host bits. 8 plus 8 plus 8 equal 24. So 24 host bits. In class B, 16 network bits and 16 host bits. In class C, 24 network bits and 8 host bits. Right. So in class A, we have 24 host bits. 24 host bits means 2 power of 24. 2 power of 24 equal to 1 crore 67 lakhs 77,216. So in class A network, you will get this much of IPs in every network. In class B, we have 16 host bits. So 2 power of 16, 65,536 IPs. In class C, 2 power of 8, 256 IPs. Each network, not the entire class, each network in class B, in class C also same, each network. In class A, in every network, we will get this much of IPs, means we can connect this much of IP systems in network. We can connect this much of devices in your network, in single network. If you take class B, you will get only 65,536 IPs for each network. Because here we have more networks. In class C, we have less networks. For each network, we will get more IPs. In class B, we will have more networks and each network will get less IPs. And class C, we have more networks and we have less IPs in each network, only 256 for each network. So how to understand this for each network? So first I will explain class C. You can easily understand class C. So in the class C, we have three portions, right? Three network portion. What is the class C range? Class C range is, one second. One second. Class C range is 192 to 223. 192 to 223. If you take any number between 192 and 220, that is a class C address. For example, I have one IP address 192.168.1.0. For example, this is the class C network because the first number is 192. In the first number, if any number between 192 and 223, that is a class. That address is considered as a class C. So here, this is the class C network, right? So in the class C network, first portion is the network portion, second is the network portion, third one is also network portion, last one is the host portion. Host portion starts from 0 and ends with 255. Mostly all the portions start with 0 and ends with 255 only. So now see here, this is the class C network. In class C network, 192.168.1. 192.168.1 is the network portion. These three are what? Network portions. What is the host portion? Host portion starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Up to 255. Total how many? 0 to 255. Total how many? Total 256 IPs. Understand? In case if we change any number in the first three numbers, for example, 192 dot 168 dot 2 dot like that. So this is different network, class C network, but different network. Same here also 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 up to 2.255. This is a different network. Both are same class A only. This is a class C network. This is also class C network. For example, if you take any other number, for example, 192.168.3.0. So 3.0 to 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3 and 3.255. This is another network. Here also we have a 256 IPs. So each network provides 256 IPs in class C. If you change any number in the three network portions, that would be different network. For example, I will take one more, 192.169.1.0. This is also different network, right? So here again 192.169.1.1, 1.2, 1.255. So in class C we will get only 256 IPs. Now we will discuss class B also. In the class B, we have two network portions and two host portions. For example, I will take one network 172.16. This is the network number. This is the network number. First two numbers are network numbers. The last two numbers are host numbers. For example, 0.0. This is the host number. This is the host number. So here we have a two host portions, right? Two host portions means how many bits? 16 bits. Means 65,536. So here, this is the one network in class B. So this network starts with 0.0 and ends with 255.255. Means 172.16.255.2. This is the last address. These are the host portions. So I will explain more clearly, like 172.16.0.0 first IP, second IP 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 up to 0.255. After completing 255, again it will start 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.2. 1 is over. Again start 172.16.2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.255 like that. And 2 is over, 3 is over, 4 is over. What is the last one? 255.0 means 172.16.255.0, 172.16.255.1, 172.16.255.2 and 255.255. The last 172.16.255.255. So up to here we will get 65,536 IPs. Okay, but these two are not changed. Okay, this is the network number, this is the network number. If we change any number here, for example, if we change 172.17, this is a different network. This is a different network, this is a different network. But both are same class, class B only. So 172.16.0.0. In this network, we will have 65,536 IPs. 172.16, here also we have 65,536 IPs. Understand? Right? In class A. In class A. In class A also same. But in class A we have 1 crore 67 lakh 77,216 IPs in class A, because we have network portion, host portion, host portion, host portion. Only one portion is the network portion. For example, 10.0.0.0. This is the network portion. This is the host. This is the host. This is the host. So here 10.0.0.1 10.0.0.2, 10.0.0.3, 10.0.0.4, like that. 10.0.0.5, 10.0.0.6 up to 10.0.0.255. Once 255 is finished, completed, again it will start third portion. In the third portion, 1 come. So how? 10.0.1.0, 10.0.1.1, like that. 10.0.1. Up to 1.255. 1 is over. Again start 10.0.2.0, 10.0.2.1, 2.2, like that. It is also over. Next what? So 2 is over, 3 is over, 4 is over. What is the last number? 255, right? 10.0.255.0, 255.1, 255.2, 255.3, 255.4, like that. Once 255 is completed in the third portion, again second portion start, okay? 10.1.0.0, 10.1.0.1, like that. 10.1.0.2, 10.1.0.255. Again 10.1 is still, and third portion again 1.0, 10.1.1.1, 10.1.1.255, like that. Again start 2, 3, like that, up to 10.1.255.255. So this is the process. So what is the last IP address? The last IP address is 10.255.255.255. So up to here we have 1 crore 67 lakh 77,216 IPs. It is very big network. But if we change network portion, that would be different network. For example, 11 series, 11.0.0.0. Same here also we will get 11.11.11.0.0.02, 11.255.255.255. This is the last. So here also we will get 1 crore 67 lakhs 77,216 IPs. So each network we will have this much of IPs. Each network we will have this much of IPs. Each network. So next question is here. My next question is, okay. So in every network, sorry, in class A, class B, class C. In class A, we will have how many hosts? 1 crore 67 lakh 77,216. In class B, network, host, means 2 power of 16, 65,536. Class C, network, host, 2 power of 8, 256 IPs. Class A, class B, class C. These are the default IPs. In class A, in each network, 1 crore 67 lakh 77,216, right? Class B, each network we will have 65,536. In class C, we will have 256 IPs. But my question is here, how many networks are there in class A, and how many networks are there in class B, and how many networks are there in class C? These are the number of IPs for each network, right? But now we will find out how many networks are there in class A, how many networks are there in the class B, how many networks are there in class C. How to find out? So to find out number of networks in each class, right? So here we need to understand first priority bits. We know, right? Priority bits. We already discussed priority bits. What is the use of priority bits? Priority bits are used to identify the class of IP address by system. For example, 10.0.0.100. This is the which class? This is the class A. How can you say class A? Because this number is what? First number is 10. If any number between 0 and 127, that is a class A, right? This is the way of finding out class. But how system identify the class? That is the important, right? How system identify the class of IP address with the help of priority bits. So here, what are the priority bits? Okay. Now, I will take some numbers in the class A, first portion only, 0, 10, 20, 30, 127. These are the first class A. 10 means 10 dot something IP, 20 means something IP, 30 means something, means 30 dot something IP, and 127 is also something, okay? And in class B, 128, 150, 191. You can take any numbers, okay? Just testing, just only, okay, you can take any number, okay, within the range. So in class A, I have taken 5 numbers, 10, 20, 30, 127. And class B, I have taken 3 numbers, okay? So I will convert these numbers into binary. This is the first portion, okay? Remember this point. 10 means, for example, 10 dot, 15 dot, 20 dot, 30. What is the address? Order maybe, okay? But here first portion is very, very important, right? Okay, to identify the class of IP address, right? So I will convert these numbers into binary. 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. 0. 0 means next to 10. 10 is what? 1, 0, 1, 0. 8 plus 2 equal 10. 20. 20 means 16 plus 4, right? So 16 become 1, 4 become 0. And remaining all zeros. Next to 30. 30 is 16 plus 8 to 24 plus 4, 28 plus 2. 127. This is the 128, right? So remaining all are 127. We already discussed this in our previous class. Okay, so 128 is 128 and remaining all are zeros. And 150, 128 plus 16, 144 plus 2. And 191, this is 191. Because 128 plus 64 equal to 192. So 128 plus 63. So these all are 63. So 128 plus 63 equal to 192. So this is how to convert decimal into binary. Okay. Now see here. In class A, the first bit is always 0 in the first portion. First bit is always 0 in the first portion. In the first portion we have 8 bits, right? In the 8 bits, first bit is 0, that is a class A. And in the first portion, second bit is 0, first bit is 1, that is a class B. Same way, in class C, we will get 110. 110. I will convert some numbers. Okay, class C. So in the class C, I am taking 192, 200, for example, 223. This is the last. And convert these numbers: 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. 192, 128 plus 64 equal to 192, and all are zeros. And 200, 128 plus, sorry, 120 plus 30, 128 plus 64, 192, and 8 here. And 223. 223 is 128 plus 64 equal to 192, and these all are. This is the 128, this is the 64. Total 192. 192 plus these all are what? 31. So 192 plus 31. Total 223. So in the class C, the third bit is always 0. So the first 3 bits in the first portion are 110. These bits, right? So in the class A, first bit is 0. Class B, first bit is 10. Sorry, first 2 bits. In the class C, the first 3 are 110. In first portion, remember this point. In first portion only. These bits called priority bits. These bits called what? Priority bits. Now tell me here, in class A, how many network bits? We have 8 network bits, right? In class B, how many network bits? 16 network bits. In class C, how many network bits? 24 network bits. So here, to find out number of networks in each class, so we need to minus priority bits from network bits. So here total 8 network bits. So 8 minus 1. 1 is what? 1 priority bit. So 7, right? So 2 power of 7. 2 power of 7 equal to what? 128. So in class A, we have 128 networks. 128 means what? 0 to 127. Correct, right? This is the way of identifying number of networks in each class. Very, very important. So in class A, we have 128 networks. For each network, we will have how many IPs? 1 crore 67 lakh 77,216. And class B, 16 network bits, right? But here how many priority bits? 2 priority bits. So 16 minus 2, total 14. 2 power of 14. 16,384. In class C, 24 network bits. 24 means 24 minus 3, 21. 2 power of 21. What is the value? So you will get some value, right? So those are the number of networks. Remember this, very, very important. So in class A, 2 power of 7 network bits. Class B, 2 power of 14. And class C, 2 power of 21. These are what? Number of networks. Remember this point. And number of IPs, each network. In class A, 1 crore 67 lakhs 77,216. In class B, 16,000, 65,536. In class C, 256 IPs, each network, right? This is how to identify the number of networks in each class, right? The next thing is we will discuss about reserved IPs. We will discuss about reserved IPs. So in the next session, we will discuss that. So, okay. For this session, this is okay. This is enough. So in the next session, we will discuss about reserved IPs. So in class A, class B, we have some reserved IPs. So we will discuss that. So in this session, if you have any doubt, if you have any query, so please send your questions on comment section. So I will response. Okay. So we will again meet in this next session.